Mick Wadley from Gap Funded coming at you live with a full-blown breakdown on how to start a food truck business with no money. So everyone tells you a food truck needs 50K to 100K before you even turn the fryer on. That's wrong. And here's the two-step process people are using to get trucks on the road with none of their own money in it. So the real cost problem, let's break it down step by step. The truck and a proper kitchen build out is real money. Banks will not touch a business with no track record. So most people never move past the idea stage, flicking through reels, telling their girlfriend that it's, oh, baby, wouldn't this be a great idea someday? And they stop most would-be food truck owners before they even begin. So let's look at the equipment costs. Trucks, kitchen build outs, and permits are not cheap. The upfront capital required is substantial and out of reach for most first-time operators. No bank access or business loans. Banks will not lend to a business with no track record. Without revenue history, traditional finance is simply not available. You know how it is. Have you been in business for 2 years? No. Are you doing 20K a month? No. Okay, so most people give up. Most people never move past the idea stage. The combination of a high cost and no financing options kills the dream before it even starts. 2 steps fix that. The process designed specifically for people who have the drive but not the capital. And it works faster than most people expect. So let's look at step 1 of the strategy, rapid gap funding. Step 1 lands fast, unsecured, no lien on the truck, no lien on anything, no property. This is the money that gets the truck secured, the kitchen build moving in days, not months. The speed and structure of this funding is what separates it from every traditional financing option available to new business owners. So we're talking 20 to 120K stacked unsecured term loans submitted in the right order, funded in 1 to 3 days, no waiting months for a decision that may never come, and zero collateral required, so fully unsecured capital from day one. This is not a traditional loan. It is stacked unsecured term loans submitted in the right order, the right sequence, structured to move quickly and leave your assets untouched. Now, the move nobody talks about. Not all of the gap funding goes straight to the truck. A slice pays down whatever credit card debt is sitting there right now. So we're paying down, if you're drowning in credit card debt, that's actually a good thing. It means we can pay down that debt, lower your utilization, free up cash flow, and boost your FICO score in a single reporting cycle to set you up for even more capital. So pay down cards, buy the truck, build the kitchen, obtain permits. This split is deliberate and strategic. Paying down revolving debt is not a distraction from the goal. It's the mechanism that makes the entire second step possible. And the pay down and the truck funding happens simultaneously, compressing what would otherwise be a multi-month process into a single move. Now, why the pay down matters. Utilization is 30% of your FICO score. Taking a high utilization to near zero can move your score 40 to 80 points in a single cycle. And the thing about that is it's a single pay down can jump your score dramatically inside a month. And that jump is what makes step 2 hit way harder. So before the pay down, you might be drowning in credit card debt, high utilization, a suppressed FICO, limited access to new credit, reduced cash flow flexibility. And after a debt consolidation, your utilization drops, score jumps 40 to 80 points. Now the file's primed for step 2, and this happens within 1 reporting cycle, under 30 days. It's not a slow incremental credit building strategy. It's the biggest lever people can pull to move their credit score fast. And it's a targeted intervention that produces a measurable result within 30 days. So precisely time to unlock the next phase of funding. Let's look at that next phase of funding. Step 2, 0% credit card stacking. So now your file's stronger than it was 30 days ago. And it's worth mentioning, if you don't have high utilization, you're already at a 700 credit score, you can just use the rapid gap funding to fund the business. You don't need to do debt consolidation. You do need to know that gap funding goes first, because credit card stacking would ruin the approvals of the gap funding. So it's always the 1-2 step process, regardless of your situation. So now you're going to go and stack multiple 0 business cards at once, typically 4 to 5. If you're strategic, you could do a double stack, get your personal cards, business cards all stacked at the same time for larger limits. And that's matched to your banking relationships, and use that capital for equipment, inventory, and anything else that keeps the truck running. The 0% window gives you breathing room to operate and grow before the interest ever becomes a factor. So we're talking, if you just go for 0% business cards, you could get up to 150K on your first run on a brand new business. And it's applied for simultaneously once the file is primed. You got 12 to 21 months at 0%. And it gives the truck time to generate revenue before repayment pressure builds. All cards are applied for in a single round, matched to your banking relationships for maximum approvals. You got to get this right because you've only got one shot per year at this. The timing is everything. Applying after the FICO jump, not before, is what determines how much credit becomes available and what terms. So the compounding effect. Every dollar the truck brings in pays down the cards. Limits grow. Next truck, next location, bigger stack. It compounds instead of resetting to zero. And this is not a one-time fix. It's a repeatable system that gets more powerful with each cycle. So let's look at that sequence once the business is pumping revenue through the till. So you pay down the cards. You've showed you can responsibly max out the cards and pay them down. So now you can go and apply for a limit increase. As balances drop and history builds, credit limits increase. At the end of your introductory 12 to 21 month window, you can stack bigger for the next truck, next location, and a larger stack on a stronger profile. So don't feel like this is a one and done 0% window. You're setting yourself up for expansion of this capital at 0%. And then the truck opens, revenue starts flowing from day one on the street. Most financing strategies reset you to zero after each use. This one builds on itself. The infrastructure you create for the first truck becomes the foundation for the second, and so on. It's worth mentioning these cards will report to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business. They're building your business credit also to position you for business loans down the line, business lines of credit and the such. Why this works for food trucks specifically, let's go deep here. So food trucks make money fast once they're on the street. Revenue starts the day the truck opens, not months later. That speed is exactly what makes this two-step process work so well in this industry, and why it is particularly well suited to food truck operators compared to other business types. So broken down into three, we've got fast revenue. Food trucks generate income from the first day of trading. There's no long ramp up period waiting for customers to discover you. The truck goes where the customers already are. Gap funding covers the runway, so gap funding bridges the gap while your credit file catches up. The short window between funding and first revenue is covered, so there's no pressure to generate cash before you're ready. And then the 0% window kicks in. The 12 to 21 month interest-free period matches exactly how fast a food truck can start earning. So by the time the interest would kick in, the truck has already been generating revenue for months. And just remember, at that point, if you've done it correctly, paid them down after maxing out in that window, you're ready for a larger stack anyway. So the full two-step process at a glance, the entire process is designed to move quickly, build on itself, and leave you with no personal asset at risk. Here's how the two steps connect from start to finish. So you got your rapid gap funding. This does two things: gets your business off the ground and pays down revolving debt. Credit card stacking, funding up to 150K, much more than that if you go the double stack. And the results are truck revenue, card paid down, growing limits, and we're up and away, pumping hard. See what this looks like with your numbers. So book a call at gapfunded.com/apply. We'll map out the gap funding, the pay down, and the stack against your actual numbers. Every situation is different. The gap funding amount, the pay down target, the card stack size, all of that depends on your specific file, your age, your location, your banking relationships, all of it. A call maps the entire process against your actual numbers so you know exactly what is available and in what order to move. So gap funding assessment, pay down strategy, card stacking projection, so that before you even move in and buy equipment, you've got your numbers mapped out. You know what's available, so you can work with that when you're looking at your startup costs. So book a call at gapfunded.com/apply. No cost, no obligation, just your numbers mapped out clearly. Worst case scenario, you walk away with a game plan. So gap funded in days, not weeks. That is how people are getting food trucks on the road with no money down. The two-step process, rapid gap funding followed by 0% credit card stacking, removes the two biggest barriers that stop most food truck operators before they start: access to capital and the cost of borrowing it. Step one, gap funding. pay down revolving debt, prime your profile. Step 2, 0% credit card stacking. If you love this video, hit subscribe. We've got plenty more to come.